Hey guys, I'm RozaldVane, and welcome back to another RozVlog. So today is a sizable update, I'd say, but at the same time, it's majority I would say updating in a way that's kind of like making sure that you guys understand what's going on and stuff like that. A little bit of a sad news, I would say, at this point. Nothing too personal, the sad news, but it's pretty much a sad news for in relations to the channel and or any progress that I have for video making for the time being. But yeah, let's get into that update right now because it's kind of be the only thing that I need to talk about, and then kind of laying out what to kind of say and point out as I go along with this video. No editing, no music, and no outro, nothing like that. There will be a reason for that as I keep going. And yeah, first things first, I want to point out in terms of the sad update is that my personal PC is officially dead, and I can't really provide an autopsy because I haven't actually dug into my PC to look at what got fried or what got destroyed or what got melted or whatever. All I can speculate on is between two parts, which I'll talk about once I get to those points. But otherwise, yeah, like kind of relaying what had happened on the computer was that I was browsing the internet, helping parents out with some stuff, and then turned off. And I was like, okay, well, during that day, it was like a windy day. Thought it was a power outage, short circuit the PC, and it just turns off. It's simply turn it on because it has happened once or twice before. And upon turning it on or trying to turn it on, suddenly it just didn't turn on at all. So I just lost my desktop in that capacity, and just yeah, I can't turn it on anymore. We tried dusting it because that was the first solution that the parents had in kind of like trying to see if they can resolve that with that problem because it was a little dusty. But it was like not like that long. Like we dusted it like about half a year ago or so. So it was like 6 months prior to doing that. So it really didn't save the computer anyways. So if anything, it chopped up to those two things where where it's my speculation of what went down with the PC is that it's just worn out. Like I've used this personal desktop of mine for about 8 years almost now. Going into the next summer will be 8 years by that point. But yeah, the two parts that's been worn down by a lot would be definitely the motherboard and the CPU. One of the two is the main cause of the problem. Starting with the motherboard, of course, it's an older motherboard. It's 8 years old at this point, I would say, almost. Worst of all is that one of the capacitors, which I looked up online, could have been the reason why it doesn't work anymore, because there is still power going through the motherboard, just that some other parts of it just didn't seem to let it turn on, or something like that, I guess. But I can tell it was passing power because my mouse was still lit up from the electricity going through the motherboard, so that meant that the motherboard was still active, just can't turn on. So that was one of my key thinkings that I found in my online search to seeing what the problem may be. But the other problem was CPU. I don't have thermal pacing sitting at home. I'm not a PC builder or an active one, and it is my fault for not keeping maintenance on my PC on the CPU side of things. So that's why the CPU could have been burned out. And worst of all is that it's a 4th gen. So it's been I'm literally almost 10 generations behind almost at this point, because right now we're at the 13th gen. So that's like the current latest on Intel, or the I don't know, the 7000 series of AMD. I don't know what was AMD's chipset back then either, around that time of 4th gen. But essentially, it's just I'm way behind in terms of the technology that I have. And then, of course, with the two potential problems, replacing a CPU isn't gonna make it easy for me because I have to replace the mobile. I gotta replace the motherboard, and I also have to replace the RAM sticks because they're DDR3. They're not DDR4, and DDR5 is like the latest one. Expensive, but still the latest one. Like, so I'm kind of like two numbers behind with the most current numbers of like RAM stuff too as well. So it basically boils down to getting a new PC is my only option at this point. So that was the only thing that came out of this situation is that now that my desktop is dead, I have to get a new computer. How will I do that? I would handle that on my own. I don't need to really fill you guys in on that too much because that's more logistic and logistic and kind of like just financial thing for myself. I mean I don't do YouTube for money at the same time, so it's like I'm doing this out of my own pocket. So I'm not asking for donations or asking for anything because I don't have that option. I don't take that option. I don't even want to take that option to begin with, because people are on YouTube for a reason to just enjoy, entertain, not to spend money on some random person online. But yeah, otherwise that's pretty much the case with that. And so my workaround right now is that I'm using my laptop to record this. You can see from this camera it's high quality, but that's because that's the same camera that I use on my desktop. I'm using my mic, the same mic as always, just for temporary needs that I used it, and I'm just like, okay, well, I'm working with these same materials. I'm gonna run it through my laptop. My laptop has rendered stuff before. I have recorded stuff before with it. It might take me a little bit more time, but that's not much because 1080p in a face cam video is fine because it's not heavy gaming stuff, so it should be okay. And that's why I said there's no music, there's no anything, no outro for this video either. Like there's no leftover black screen outro thing because I don't think that I want to do heavy editing to suffice for making my laptop do more work. So that's pretty much the case with what I'm doing right now. But yeah, that's my workaround for the time being, and I'll just enjoy games on some other stuff and make sure that I can just run it while I'm waiting for a new PC to come out. Yeah, so otherwise, yeah, that's the solution for me right now is just waiting on a computer to come by. I already ordered one. I'm not gonna really fill in a update video for it because I don't like them. I started looking at the the videos of like people updating. They're saying like, here's my new desktop, and then they unbox it and stuff like that. I was one of them. My first personal PC, my first desktop. I did a video with a RozVlog, and I think I did it, but then nowadays I just don't see that as a interesting thing. I just feel like it's just a boring unboxing video from like I can't make it interesting. I like how some other YouTubers, some other people who make videos more professionally to showcase their unboxing than people who just unbox like a normal human being, because unboxing like a normal human being works well if it's streaming, but it's like if it's video it just feels weird and awkward. I'd rather just change my specs in the About Me tab, the About tab in the channel, and then that will be what you guys will see in reflection of what the new PC will be, which is a good thing, because I'll talk more about that good thing as we get into that new PC for sure. But one of the big trappings of updates that I have to go through is videos. You may be wondering like, oh Roz, how are you going to record X, Y, and Z, which is Mirror's Edge Catalyst and Zero Escape, Old Blood, maybe other things that might be still in the pipeline, still being worked on. Yeah, I'm going to have to wait and see. I do have videos recorded ahead of time. So one of the things I got to mention is that I am stupid enough not to back up my data. So all my videos, I have actually a week's worth of video sitting in my hard drive in my personal desktop, and it's stuck there. So I have to find a solution to pull it out and get those videos into the new PC whenever I get that, and render it, upload it, etc. Like I am totally on the pause for recording because I don't have the technology to record anything heavy or anything to catch up with the stuff I need to catch up. But yeah, the good news about that, there's a little bit of a good news about that. I do have about 3 weeks, less than 3 weeks now at this point, of videos sitting on my YouTube channel. They've been sitting there for a while now. I usually record way in advance because I want to make sure that I'm ahead of the schedule, so I can pivot and move about and just catch up when I need to catch up. Which I can catch up because winter break is coming over, or winter vacation the 2 weeks of the end of the year sort of thing is coming up. So that should be a lot of time for me to catch up for whatever I missed off in the particular weeks that are coming for the rest of November and beginning of December. So that's pretty much the plan for me to catch up. But otherwise, yeah, if I don't catch up in time, or if I can't pull out the data of the videos in time from the hard drive stuff, do expect a delay or a halt or a pause in those series. Old Blood is already done, just to give you guys an update on that. That is all on the channel, so I can just upload like normal. Catalyst is paused, or potentially paused, and 0x8 might be potentially paused in a future date, depending on when that situation happens. But there also was another game, a new game I was playing right off the bat on the one weekend. Literally on, that's gonna also be on pause potentially. It was a new series in general. I want to try to at least save the videos and try to use them because I don't want to revisit them and then feel like it's like I'm feeling like I'm playing it blindly, which I don't like sometimes. I like my first impressions usually because they're easier to kind of like see how much I think about the thing and then not think about the thing, but then again, who knows, you know. But yeah, so those things will be happening where in the future, potentially somewhere in December, there might be a pause in some of the series like Zero Escape or Mirror's Edge Catalyst and that one mysterious series that I started. In the meantime, the other good news is that if I get the new PC in time, I can potentially start on the games that I had talked about that I wanted to start on. Because I didn't have the good tech, as I said before, that I couldn't be able to keep up with the newer games that have a lot more juice that they need from the GPU and the CPU stuff. So looking at Shadow of the Terminator, Wolfenstein 2, Colossus, the new Colossus. There was another one in my head that I remember. I can't remember what the game was, but it was like really heavy. Maybe Cyberpunk, I think, is a little bit heavy on the heavy side because I know that my desktop barely ran it at medium, so I think maybe Cyberpunk would be playable at once for once for me at the very least. I'll talk more about the Cyberpunk crap later at a later point when I start that series or whenever that happens. Yeah, so like some big games that I can finally handle through this new PC. So that's the big side of things. Will I start one of them or something like that? Maybe, depending if I actually can, if I cannot reach out my videos from the old hard drive, stuff like that. So I'll have to see if that is necessary. If not, then I'll just do a new series for the time being. Probably revisit some of the other videos, like some of the series that I've been holding off for too long. I know there's one series that somebody's like, Roz, why didn't you continue this? I'll be like, yeah, I'll talk about that too. So it might give me a good excuse to revisit some old series and try to play them a little bit and try to see if I can continue them at least to try to finish them. Try something, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, that's pretty much the idea of what to expect for series on the content for the video side. I think that's pretty much it. That covers most of everything I needed to talk about today. Yeah. Again, this happened literally on middle of the week since this recording, so that's the big downside, is that it just happened in the middle of nowhere pretty much. So what do I do now? I'll just upload like normal, as I said. Everything will continue as normal until the videos run out from the channel, and then when the new PC arrives, then I'll try to record as soon as possible, just to fill in the days to hopefully like catch back up and stuff like that. And then yeah, if there's a stop in videos, that means that the video has run out and I don't have my new PC together yet. So I apologize in advance if that happens. Also, if this video goes up, that means there's no other videos coming up as well for this day, because I need to at least push a day forward just to make sure I don't get stumped by my own schedule for like not having some PC to cover me up on the video side of things. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I might do 1 or 2 videos randomly on the laptop just for fun. But I don't think I want that, because that's too much work on something that's already kind of getting older too. So I'm just like, I am not good at maintaining, being updated and stuff. And I know a lot of people don't have that luxury either. And I'm not trying to show off. It's just that's where I'm at in life. It's just when you're poor or you just graduated from college or you're just in college or something, it like you don't really have much you can go towards. So like I think that it's just fortunate for me to just like to start working and being an adult and stuff like that, and just doing those kind of things and just being prepared. It's still surprising that I wasn't like mad or frustrated when I lost my personal PC. I was just like, oh, it died. What do I do? I panic a little bit, but it's like, well, I'm just gonna keep moving, and you know, hopefully I can pivot everything that I can to get done with whatever I need to get done with. So I have to deal with that in the next few weeks of not having a personal PC of mine's that I can just do like heavy lifting of games and videos at the same time. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, we'll see what happens. Hope for the best. I will not update again on the RozVlog stuff with anything like a new PC. I'm not gonna unbox a video or unbox the computer. I'm not gonna take a picture of my PC just to show it off, because I think that it's like I don't feel like I want to show off anything. I just feel too obnoxious or too. Yeah, I wanna feel more like it was a thing, it happened, and that's it. Like, it's part of my history of this channel is that this thing happened and that's it. No, nobody needs to know too much more. But yeah, I'll update the specs in the about tab in the channel when that happens, when the new PC arrives. But anyways, I ran long enough. I want to keep this short enough to make sure that I can edit this down easily. And then once things get going, things will get going. If there's another update, I'll probably try to post it in the community tab. I don't usually want to use it because I feel like people might be like seeing a slew of community tabs and they'll recommend it, and they'll be like, who the hell is this guy? Did I subscribe to this guy? Maybe not, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, otherwise that's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys in another game or another series or another video of mine. If you haven't checked out any of the games that I've mentioned, Mirror's Edge Catalyst, Zero Escape, and Old Blood, then check them out. Old Blood's almost done, I think, as of this particular time. Yeah, I'm like past halfway through the videos, I think. Past halfway through the last part of the game. And I think we're still a long ways to go for the Zero Escape and Catalyst, so there'll be a while before they get finished anyways. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys, you know, stay strong, stay healthy, stay safe, and see you guys in the return of more games and series and videos on the channel. So, Roz, out.